Good morning. Haven't made a video in a while. Um, we just get caught up in our lives just like anybody else, right? But I was thinking about my daughter coming home this weekend from college, and she's bringing a new boyfriend. And I was just thinking about relationships and life in general, as I always do, whether I meditate or just deep in thought. And I wanted to put this information out there more for, as I always say, family and friends. This content is really for them. But the reason I post it publicly is if I can help anybody else, hey, why not? If somebody gets something out of it and says, oh my God, this is what I was looking for, awesome, great for you. So I was thinking about relationships, as I said. I was thinking about the paths we take. We hear that all the time. Well, you're on your path, you're on that path. And I really think that's holistically true. And in a literal sense, you're making decisions throughout your life and you're taking different paths. You're on a path. So think of it as a literal sense. You're walking and you're on a path, and then you see a fork or you see something off to this side or a little path on this side. You may decide to take that path. Same with life. You are on your path, and that path can change whether it's forced upon you from illness or life experiences or something to that nature, or you can choose to take a different path because you're unhappy with the path that you're on. But what we have to remember is nobody is on our path. Nobody sees the world through our filter. And when you meet a significant other, or when you have a friend, or with your parents, they are all on their own path. And you may be close enough to hold hands on that path, or you may be a distant apart and still see each other on that path, but you have your own path. Or you just decide, I'm going this way and this person's going that way, and maybe that's why we break up. Because you're too far disconnected and you're just not willing to sacrifice your own path for somebody else's. And so it's a good analogy in life to know nobody's going to see the world through your eyes. Nobody's going to think that this one thing is as important as it is to you. So those are those paths. And along with that, it makes a lot of sense that some people, including my daughter, find it difficult to make a decision. Well, that decision might be the wrong decision. Well, I would argue there are no wrong decisions. There are different paths we take. And I've had to take different paths because of my health and whatnot. But looking back, there was never a wrong path. It was always just a different path. And sometimes those paths are thrust upon you, meaning in a literal sense, you get knocked out and you wake up and you're in a different path. And you're like, well, geez, I guess I'll walk down this path and see where I'm at and what there is in front of me. So it's just a wonderful way of thinking through life, because you're going to meet people, even if it's just a small amount of time, and you can decide whether they are on your path or close to your path or not, and that's why they become close to you or not. And that's the way you have to look at the world in general, in my opinion. I just think it's a wonderful way to look at things, because we're all so caught up in our own little world, and we're all very opinionated, saying, well, they don't know, or they're dumb, they think this way, or that religion's dumb because they think this way. They're on their own path, whether it was thrust upon them or they decided it for themselves, or they bought into a bill of goods when they were younger, and that's why they're on the path they are. So I just wanted to share that information. I thought it was interesting And I believe that it would relieve some stress and anxiety in younger people specifically if you look at things that way instead of everything is a critical nature and I have to make these right decisions now or it's just too late. It's never too late, and you can always take a different path. Have a great day.